Going on now to the exercise set of Module 4, Section 1. We're going to take a look at these, and it says select the appropriate word to complete each of the following. And they do give you some choices to choose from. So let's get some assignments out there. And we're dealing with 1 through 6. Let's see. 8 is what we want to look at. So we'll give some assignments. And now let's pause. Okay, let's see how you did. Every positive number has 2 square roots. That'll be a plus or minus, as you may recall. The principal square root, by definition, is never negative. Or another way to say this is always positive. For any positive number a, we have the square root of a squared equals a. So this one's positive. For any negative number a, we have the square root of a squared equals a negative a. And you'll be doing examples of this, and we should have done some in our lesson. If a is a whole number that is not a perfect square, then the square root of that whole number is irrational. The domain of the function given by the cube root of something is the set of all real numbers. Because when you have an odd index number, there are no qualifications. It's all real numbers. Now, in the case of the 4th root of a, this can only be a non-negative number. That would include 0. So you might say positive numbers. Well, to include 0, you would say non-negative. In number 8, if the radicand here, the x, is negative, and it's an odd root number, index number, then x, that is, when you take the cube root of it, must be negative. All right, let's look at a few more. I will give a few assignments on this and write out the example and give your answer. We'll pause. As we look at these, again, they're saying for each number, find all of its square roots. So, for the square root of this, we get plus or minuses for each value, and these are the square roots. Now, these are all perfect square products. So these are all rational numbers. And down here where we have the radical sign and the radicand, they're just saying simplify. Do they just want the principal square root or all possible square roots. And I assume when they put a negative in front, they're only interested in the negative value. So check your work. Interestingly, in example 24, when we take the square root of that, we end up with this, which can be simplified into a negative 3/4. All right, if you have any questions, we're going to pause. This would be a good time to ask them.